Welcome to Soca Sunday, everybody. How you doing? Hope everyone's well. Reaper, Alua, A-Team. And of course, Soca Sundays, produced by friend of the show, business partner, and producer, all my hoes, demonetized, Mr. JP. All right, today we got bad romance and redemption. What in the world, ladies and gentlemen, what in the world did Kimberly do? What did Kimberly do in a story of redemption? From a crime-filled life to a turnaround. Let's go.
Ever since I was a kid, I've been legit. If I was you, I would cut up my wrist.
Like that girl, bounce it sexy. Give me some, girl, book it down. Tap. Atitak, my do atitak. Atitak, my blip atitak. Atitak, bang my atitak. Atitak, clap, clap, clap.
Chop in the line, chop in the line, chop in the line, chop in the line. Oh, it was a line hot. Mark before line hot, no one chop up my face, no one will take a hot man to the hot.
From Cheater's surveillance cameras, you are about to view actual true stories filmed live, documenting the pain of a spouse or lover caused by infidelity. This program is both dedicated to the faithful and presented to the false-hearted to encourage their renewal of temperance and virtue. Coming up on this episode...
So you Kit are doing that. You doing that to me, girl? You come in here. Kit, look at me. So you have been doing that, boy. You Kit.
You don't know what happened.
You are doing that, Kimberly. You are doing that. I want everybody to see. Everybody, so Kit.
Oh boy. Just call she back now, boy. Just call she and tell she a miss she that happy. Oh God, boy. You only fucking serenading the neighborhood. Just tell she, baby, I'm missing you now. I hear you play a cappella there just now. Man, don't play a cappella unless it's serious. So just call she and tell she I miss you, baby.
All you look the job. I know a lot of the times when people look at this, all they see is the job. But when I look at this, you know what I see? I see the great warrior that actually freed us from slavery. That spirit that has traveled long and far, and then they put the job underwater. What about the spirits and the souls that was thrown overboard into the deep ocean, that was received by Ymir, or the great underwater god called Olokun? That's why the job blow the shell, because the shell carried the frequencies of the ocean, speaking to the spirits that was lost in transition. Do you truly understand? The warrior, the man that paint himself in black and put on the horn, and then automatically become something more than man. Job for life.
Kisa Saila. Chenet. Chenet. Oui, l'année l'autre pays, ça dit Chenet, Kenet, Kenep. Exala, qui ça c'est? Bois pain. Bois pain. L'année l'autre pays, ça dit fouilla pain. L'autre pays encore, ça dit yam pain. Exa. Gombo. Gombo. Excès c'est qui ça? Bail blanc c'est qui ça? Non, non. Non, non. Et puis là, c'est dernier à nous qu'a fait. Qui ça y est? Zikak. Zikak.
You can ask the flowers. I sit for hours, telling all the bluebirds, the bill and coo birds, pretty little baby, I'm so in love with you.
If a young person's out there and they want to have their own mango situation like this, how much maintenance does this require?
If I was to say in this mango, I get food in this yard. When y'all come to this yard, you can see there's a real farm. We have food in this yard. And the thing is that everybody got have food in the yard. One time ago, that's how it used to be in the Bahamas. But the culture get relaxed and depending on eating Wendy's and Kentucky Fried Chicken and all these fast food would make them sick too. That's another thing. The average baby don't have access to this land, you know. The land is the key. When they in the U.S., they promised the slaves 40 acres and a mule. And they said, boy, this ain't gonna work. We get them that 40 acres, we gonna empower them. You understand me? And then they ain't gonna need us no more. We automatically make them rich. Once you have the land, you could eat off the land, you could live on the land. You understand me? And you don't need much. The land is the wealth. Gold is good, but gold is a store of value. You can't work gold, but the land, you could eat off the land, you could live on the land, and all the precious metal come from out of the land also. You understand me? Land is wealth, all right? Now, land is wealth.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Hold tight. Ooh la la. Be careful, huh? Hold tight. Ooh la la. Shit. You know what? Stay there. Don't go too far. You want to go in between? It might be unsafe, huh?
Oh, you have to fall back.
Fall back. Don't fall front. I want to say English. Oh, stressing me.
I've been in so many other situations.
Stress me.
Okay. Wait, freeze!
No love for me, just bring more around for me. I don't wanna hear no love song. I just wanna drink from and just have fun.
Tonight the black man feeling to party. Tonight the swap that feeling to jam, 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 jam. Tonight I just feel to boogie, boogie. Come on, hold on to your band and every do and every do and every do and every oh! We don't go down, but 5 is second a bit of jam. Bounce up on a foreign woman. But I don't know I had to make a decision. But when me do wind up on every woman, wind up on every woman, wind up on every woman, wind up on every when me do.
Sensational.
Real bad man.
May your heart find peace anywhere you come from. Coulda up, you coulda down.
Saka Fed, salutations, salute, my beautiful people. How's everybody doing this Sunday? What's up, y'all? Let's go. All right, Soca Sunday. Welcome to the show, everybody. Produced by my friend, my business partner, my homie, JP. All my hoes demonetized, sir. Thank you so much. And salute to you. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. We got we got a longer show to go through today because the second react is going to take up a larger part of the show. So we got that to work through. It's going to be a good one. It's a story about redemption. But before we get to that, we're going to look at some relationship dynamics that occurred between a couple of the islands and a love triangle. So we're going to get right into it today, y'all. We're going to get right into it. First of all, I got to do my paperwork. I want to send a shout out to each and every one of you who are here with me today. Of course, I want to thank you, my subscribers, as always. Without you, this show could not be, right? Without you, I would not exist. And again, any contribution that you may make to the show through CashApp or through the tips, Nightbot is your friend. She will guide you through the process in the chat. But if anything that you donate to the show stays with the show. So I work on improvements as I can. I buy hardware and equipment to work through with the hobby. It's all with the show, and I thank you, each and every one of you. And if you don't contribute, that's fine. Just hit the like, subscribe to the channel. That keeps me going. That keeps me in the algorithm, keeps the whole hobby going for me. So I do appreciate you, each and every one of you.
Thank you, and I thank the good people of Nepal. You don't even know what you did, but you're brilliant anyway, because the brilliance is the best brilliance is brilliance born not from someone ignorant.
God, don't make no mistakes. You ain't said nothing slick to a can of oil.
That's right. God don't make no mistakes, y'all. You're here for a reason. You're here for a reason. And your boy C.I.P., the lost son from the island of St. Lucia, is here for a reason as well. I'm here to learn. I'm here to absorb the knowledge that I gain through my research. Even if it is a little lighter research, I'm still learning about my people. I'm still learning about my home planet that my father hails from. So thank y'all for being here. And we're exploring the region together. We're exploring the Caribbean together. We're learning together, right? Culture, knowledge, and entertainment. All right? Culture, knowledge, and entertainment. It's not always comfortable. It's not always comfortable. We know this. It's not always comfortable. That being said, most shows I start out with a little bit of a monologue, a little bit of something to bring you into the folds of the show and what we're going to be talking about. Not so much today. Not so much today. All right. However, I do want to leave you with some thoughts. All right. I'm going to just leave you with my typical opener. All right. Nothing is true and everything is permitted in our lives. Nothing is true and everything is permitted. All right. Think of it like this. We have choice. We have choice, right? We have, we're no longer slaves. We're no longer slaves. We celebrate the struggles. We celebrate the ancestors. We celebrate the memory of the tragedy of essentially genocide. And that reflects on the choices that we make today, right? We're no longer slaves. So I encourage anyone who listens within an earshot of my voice, right? I'm not a gatekeeper. I'm one to share a little more willingly than some are willing to accept. But I'm willing to share knowledge. So I encourage you to seek knowledge, right? I encourage you to seek knowledge, my friends, and evolve. That helps you learn. That helps you make better informed decisions, choices, better choices, right? This is just a hobby for your boy CIP. So I share this willingly, all right? I share these pieces of knowledge willingly, and I encourage you to go seek from other sources, right? Read books, seek knowledge, okay? The world around us, as we know, is more than meets the eye. It's more than meets the eye, right? It's not an absolute reality. So I encourage my listeners, my subscribers, my friends, my fraternal members, my family, I encourage you all to evolve, seek knowledge, evolve, right? Our realities are subjective to what we choose to explore. What we limit ourselves to is our own experiences. Those are our choices we have to be held accountable for. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. That's all I say, right? Choose wisely in that, right? Now, two things have been told to me. I have a very distinguishable voice. I thank those of you who have recognized that in me. I thank you very much. And that my message is can be taken many ways, right? But I have an excellent voice for what I do. The other side of that is that, as I mentioned, my message can be taken many ways. Messages strike at the heart. We're never prepared. We're never prepared for moments when single sentences, ideas, or thoughts spoken from another person's lips impact us and are real and are relative to the choices that we've made. All right? But your boy C.I.P. is here as I am, right? What you see is what you get. The messages that I pass to you are based on my own knowledge, are based on my own experience, and are based on not common sense, but lived experience. Lived experience. There's no such thing as common sense as far as I'm concerned. But let's continue with the afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to give you that brief introduction, all right? That brief monologue there, because what we're going into this afternoon are two different sides of life. And the life that we experience, the life that we embrace, the life that we make choices in. Okay. We're going to start off first with a bad romance, a love triangle. A lady decided that infidelity was the path and the choice that she wanted to follow. And with that being said, we're just going to get right into it. Your boy C.I.P. is always going to add a little entertainment to it. This entire saga surrounding this love triangle has absolutely spurred a social media firestorm. It's also spurred, well, I'll just get into the content here. All right, so first off, we have the Grenadian ambassador. There's no better source than a source right from the island, right? You go right to the source. This love triangle occurred, I do believe, on the island of Grenada between three individuals, love triangle. We have a Grenadian man. We also have a Lucian man. And we have a Grenadian woman. So we're going to get into that here in just a moment. All right, everybody. A-Team, I see you out there, sis. I'm going to rep you. And Alua. Who else we got out there? Any other ladies out there? Ladies, pop up in the chat. Rep yourselves so your boy C.I.P. knows you are out there. I see y'all. And with that being said, Alua and A-Team, do me a favor.
And if you hear this song, then go on bend your back. Go on bend your knees, baby, shake it to the max.
Shake it to the max for me, ladies. I'm very, very happy that you're here with me this afternoon. Thank you so much for being here. Gents, what's good? All right, Reaper, I see you. JP, I see you. Gents, just the same as the ladies. Derek Gaines, what's good, my G?
Real bad man.
Gentlemen.
What are you doing? Bad man, chill out. Bad man, chill out.
Bad man, chill out. You know these ladies gonna shake it to the max. All right. Everyone behave yourselves. And let's get into it. First up, like I said, Grenadian ambassador. So we're gonna go with his channel. 13,000 subscribers. We're gonna throw him some flowers as always. We do over here. There we go. In the chats, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat. Also, we are broadcasting live on Culture Invasion, which is now Culture Invasion Project. All right. This is a project. This is a hobby. Your boy C.I.P. loves to explore life and a lot of different facets of life. So this is now a project. It's a project. It's an experiment. It is. It's going to be fun. And it still is an absolute blast to be here with y'all for all of the different shows. Now, that in mind, we are also broadcasting on Culture in Paradise. Culture in Paradise is where all the good vibes go. That's where all the more positive things go. Not so much the mukbang of everything. Over here, we talk about the social stuff, the gaming, a little bit of everything over here. Then we also have the gaming channel all into itself, Cat in Poncho. So please go subscribe to my channels. All right. Show some love for your boy C.I.P. And help me build. It encourages me to keep going with these projects, all right? Otherwise, I'm going to start trimming channels. I'm going to start putting everything over here. It's going to get all crazy. So I'm trying to help you guys out. Find what you're looking for. Center in on what you like to watch. So got the 3 channels. Subscribe, like. Also, Nightbot. Thank you, Nightbot. Where's Nightbot? Nightbot's over there in the chat. Nightbot will tell you all the chat things. So pay attention to Nightbot as well. And then if Nightbot takes you to another link, come back You know what it is, y'all. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. We're going with the Canadian ambassador. We're going to start with this gentleman first, and then what we're going to do is we're going to break away from that. Your boy C.I.P. is going to interject some thoughts and feelings and emotions and music into the love triangle, and then we are going to get right into the main piece of the evening, the afternoon rather, redemption. Because your boy C.I.P. is a little biased. I'm a little biased, and we'll talk about that as we go along. But this is all learning, right? Knowledge, learning other people's perspectives, learning their experiences, and learning, how things change for us. All right, y'all. So we're going to start off here. Let's go. And again, fair use. Grenadian ambassador, you are now a friend of the show, my friend. It's your boy CIP from the diaspora. Let's get together sometime in the future and maybe do a show together. All right, let's go.
All right, so welcome back, my beautiful people. Thank you all for joining. Well, guys, this week there is a viral video that is circulating. I must say, throughout the Caribbean region now, by now, all Caribbean people should be seeing this video circulating on the internet. Now, I am happy that it is circulating because it will make my job easier in explaining the reason why Grenada is facing so much of gender-based violence. We talk a lot about gender-based violence when it comes to females, but we do not ask the hard question: why men are doing the things that they are doing?
And the discussion here is a little bit of a viewer discretion is advised, but it is something that is an elephant in the room, right? It's an elephant in the room. The entire dynamics between men and women are basically shotgun blasted across the social media space, and it has caused a lot of division, right? It's caused a lot of division because everyone's leading with feelings and no one's leading with facts or a way to solve. No one's offering solutions to these problems, right? Which 99.9% start in the home with the parents. But we're not here to talk about that necessarily today. We're not necessarily here to go down that path of the psychology of things. We're looking at this from the simple, high-level male-woman relationship dynamics, right? And as our friend here, Grenadian ambassador, spoke, the gender-based violence. Gender-based violence is just violence, right? None of us are entitled to act any sort of way and not expect a repercussion. Men are not expected to act any sort of way amongst other men and pop fly and expect that you won't be checked, your back kicked in, and or your head stomped on the road. For women, while respected as the more fragile and delicate of the species, you are not entitled either to pop fly, speak sideways, and be disrespectful to other humans, right? There comes limits within our social construct, and the respect must be maintained. And then even more so when you're dedicated and bonded to a male or female, right? So with that being said, gender-based violence is a no-no. Over here on CIP, I've got problems with men who lay hands on women. I have problems with that, all right? That being said, no one is free from physical repercussion because we're all human. No one's exempt. No one is exempt. So keep your hands to yourself, first and foremost. Keep your hands to yourself. And then secondly, men, you become enraged. It's now time to sit down and talk to another man. This is why we have mentors. This is why we have friends. This is why there are alpha men in our communities who are aware, engaged, and actually care. Not the beta men who encourage you to continue down a road of fuckery. You have to understand and be able to discern the difference, okay? Just some thoughts and feelings and emotional outbursts from your boy CIP. Take it as you will, all right, everybody? Chicken from the bone, little pieces of knowledge that help build a better us, a better you, okay? Keep your hands to yourself. Let's go.
Don't get me wrong, I do not condone any violence against women. But however, we have to ask the question, why our men are resorting to violence? Well, let's take a listen to this clip that I'm about to play. This is something that happened this week. I think was yesterday or day before. All right. A Grenadian man caught his girlfriend red-handedly, okay, red-handedly, with a St. Lucian Renault worker. All right. Now the Renault company.
Speaking for St. Lucians that are here in the diaspora and that I can speak for, not saying that I speak for all St. Lucians, but speaking for myself, mainly as a part St. Lucian half-breed, we do not condone this behavior. We do not condone this behavior. You do not sleep with another man's wife, girlfriend, thing, fling, nothing. You'll have that man shooting at you, my friends. You'll have that man aiming for you. Stop. Gentlemen, there is at least in the world, 6 to 1. At the very least, they say 8. They say 8. I'm still trying to collect my 8. But there are at least 6 to 1, gents. You don't need to be chasing these women that already belong to other men. Leave it alone. Let's go.
Company has nothing to do with this man's love triangle. All right, so let me make it quite clear. The Renault company has nothing to do what you're about to see in this video. But he is a Renault heavy machine he operates heavy machinery in the Renault company here in Grenada, because they are the ones responsible. They have this contract when it comes to certain road work and construction and infrastructure projects. So without no further delay, let's take a look of this video of the drama that unfolded between the Grenadian man, his girlfriend, and what people will say the honor man here in Grenada. He is from St. Lucia. Take a watch.
So you Kit are doing that. You doing that to me, girl? You come in here. Kit, look at me. So you have been doing that, boy. You Kit. You don't know what happened.
And look, gentlemen, just speaking, everyone actually, just speaking, these situations, we see them all the time. There's content creators that actually just focus in on these relationship dynamics and literally spend their entire waking careers on the social media space reacting to these occurrences, these events, men cheating on women, women cheating on men, everyone just absolute debauchery in both cases, right? Both sexes, debauchery. People literally study this or react to this stuff all the time. So I don't do that all the time. There are many different emotions that one can take in and kind of go through while you're watching this. I've been this guy. I've had this happen to me. So, or a woman lose interest in me because she's already stepped out the door. She's already got that connection with another guy, but she's still reaching back and I didn't know, right? So I've been here. So there's a different kind of perspective on how to handle it, how to go through this, work through this. But that being said, part of me kind of finds this entertaining and funny, not his pain, the situational piece of this, especially the woman's obvious expressions and responses after she got caught. That being said, that statement made, you're about to hear a guy have his complete heart torn out. This was a 7-year relationship. The man had started to build. The man had started to buy land. He was working on building a farm, the things that you normally would do to produce a legacy and longevity for your future family. The man was planning. He was a man of intention, extreme intention. A man much like myself. So I can hear in his voice absolute devastation, absolute disappointment, absolute loss. So I don't want you to be mistaken by what you feel as you hear this and as you are so desensitized by the social media space. Your boy C.I.P. loves doing this as a hobby for a reason. All right?
That you doing that to me, girl? You come in here, Kit, look at me. So you have been doing that, boy. You Kit. You don't know what I'm doing. You are doing that, Kimberly. You are doing that. I want everybody to see. Everybody. So Kit, Kimberly, Kit. That's why you doing, Kimberly. Come here and have sex with Kit. That's why you come here and do, girl. What? I'll make everybody. I know what's Kit. I know what's Kit. And Kit have his family in St. Lucia. You come here. 7 years of my life, I know something like that is going on. I know something like that. 7 years of my life. I wonder where you're going. You're wicked, you what?
Now, it's not just 7 years of his life, but it gets worse, right? So he was already planning for a future and everything, but you're about to hear a whole lot worse. I know his accent is rather thick, but you'll pick up on it as we go along.
You're working while doing with kids. Both of all are drinking together. Both of all you're gonna You're working too hard, Kimberly. You're working. I'm posting it up on Facebook. I'm posting it up. I'm posting it up. You want to chop me up, kid? I know us kids are doing that. I know us kids are so always ask kids working money, making up lie. You're making up like Kimberly. That way you're doing, Kimberly. You're calling me, oh gosh, Kimberly, what? Kimberly, wicked girl. You're wicked. You're wicked, Kimberly. 7 years of my life. You broke me, Kimberly. You used all my money. I know something like that is happening. I know something.
Who man? You walked into Cheaters, the Caribbean edition, my G. Cheaters Caribbean edition. Bro's getting his heart ripped out, thrown on the ground, and stomped on by Kimberly. We about to learn about Kimberly, and we're about to watch it. You know what? I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, Pooh Man has caused for a bit of a shift. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shift things a little bit. We're gonna shift things a little bit here. Let's 1 second.
So you keep on doing that. You doing that to me, girl?
And tonight I
Let's go, y'all.
Look at me.
7 years I give you everything.
You get.
Now look what you do with it.
You are doing that,
I catch you with key.
You are doing that. I want everybody to see. Everybody
to just stop.
All right, what we've done here, ladies and gentlemen, what we've done here is I've put together a little bit of a presentation for you. That was just the intro. Because social media in the Caribbean is so petty and so insane sometimes, what they've done is they've put together a ballad for Kimberly in honor of her infidelity, ladies and gentlemen. In honor of her infidelity, we are going to sit and we are going to vibe together and learn what happened to this gentleman in song form, okay? In song form. So I need everyone to just listen in, light your lighters. Put your lighters in the air, ladies and gentlemen. Put your lighters in the air, all right? This is a real moment,
This
Let's go.
me. And tonight I'm balling by myself. 7 years I give you everything. Now look what you do with it. I catch you with key. I may I just stop.
So you keep on doing that. You doing
Kimberly,
that.
Let's go, y'all.
7 years now, girl, and I didn't know. Lying to my face, holding me on. The whole time, Kimberly, you're that sexy kid. Kimberly, oh, you do me so. I can't satisfy you. I see Keith with that thing too big. Tell me, let me know. 7 years I give you. I know I couldn't satisfy you. Kimberly, you really do me that. I open the door, see the video, you can't take that back. Keith would big, alright. I know you like the thing, but 7 years I love you. That mean nothing. You kiss me good morning, smile right in my face.
You know, the bad thing is that Kimberly's everywhere. Kimberly's everywhere are gonna get beef because of this. They all gonna catch heat.
Balling on the floor, tears falling, oh God, oh no. Kimberly, oh, you do me so. 7 years no girl, and I didn't know. You're lying to my face, holding me hand. The whole time, Kimberly, you're the sexy kid. Kimberly, oh, you do me so. I can't satisfy you, I see Keith with that thing too big. Tell me, let me know. 7 years I give you.
I can't take this serious.
Satisfy you. I never miss a birthday, I never miss a night. I hold you when you're crying, I always treat you right. So what Keith of that I do have, tell me what it is. I giving you my whole word and still I lose to this. You coulda tell me y'all, you coulda let me go. Instead you keep me loving you while carrying on the show. Now I'm sitting here alone, the pain killing me. And I don't even know which part of 7 years was real to you or me. I see how you look at him. Oh, you calling him. Oh, you give him everything. While me I take the blame. 7 years. I catch you. Sexy kid.
7 years, y'all. 7 years.
Oh, you do me so. Kimberly.
Kimberly. Why you do this, Kimberly?
I don't hate you, girl, but I hurting back. This is the worst pain that I ever had. If I wasn't enough, you coulda tell me so. Instead, you let me love you while kid, giving you strokes, deep strokes, hard strokes, making you scream. And the part that killing me, the part I can't forget, is I wake up this morning still loving you yet. I'm burning on the floor, phone still in me.
Why do artists have to go that hard with the lyrics, bro? Why you had to do it like that? Pause.
Kimberly, oh, you do me so. 7 years now, girl, and I didn't know. You're lying to my face, holding me on. The whole time, Kimberly, you're the sexy kid. Kimberly, oh, you do me so.
I buy a piece of land for we to build a house together. That is all I was doing. That's all I was doing, Kimberly. That's all I was doing. You come in my kids here, you come in, you drop in, you come home, you bring 2 different panties. When a panty come out, you always holding clothes, you always doing things, Kimberly. Kimberly, you know, it's the last time you come down here, as you come inside,
and you gotta
you come wash out
understand,
your hand with soap and spitting.
within that 7 years that they were together, he had had a hospital scare in and out of the hospital. She had been embezzling his money for her extracurricular street behavior, for her whorism, while the man was down and out. So our friend wailed for about 6 minutes to talk about this. Gentlemen, be sure that you have, all of us don't have a strong father in our lives, or a strong mentor in our lives, or a strong friend in our lives who is level-headed and can get us grounded again when we are in situations like this. Sometimes it's better for us to forego on the fun and fuckery and find an intellectual friend, find a businessman, find someone who is more grounded, more focused, and has already been through these kinds of situations that can stand by you and help you out of the pit of what may be perceived as despair in that moment. These moments pass. So from one man to others, find that friend, right? We need that friend. We need that ally in our corner, male, who has also been through these situations, someone with wisdom, a collection of knowledge, okay? All right? Let's do better, gentlemen. No violence, no hands on women, no hands on others, no displaced feelings, We're men. All right? We can get through these situations. Ladies, y'all already know what y'all doing over here. Kimberly's going to catch all the heat for the remainder of 2026. Let's go.
Kimberly, oh, you do me so. 7 years now, girl, and I didn't know. You're lying to me face, holding me hand. The whole time, Kimberly, yeah. Sexy.
Damn it.
Kimberly,
This shit's sad.
I can't satisfy.
This shit's sad.
I want you to just St. Lucia for your family to see.
Don't slander St. Lucia. It's not all of us, bro.
St. Lucia. I'm gonna make sure you treat St. Lucia a big man like you want you.
Don't crash out, my friend. Don't put that entire burden on all the Lucians, my friend.
Still I lose to this. You coulda tell me you coulda let me go. Instead you keep me loving you while carrying on the show. Now I sitting here alone, the pain killing me, and I don't even know which part of 7 years was real to you or me. I see how
I think we're at the end. Yeah, he's pretty much done at this point.
Oh, you give him everything while me I take the blame.
I think he's pretty much done at this point. But yep, that is the Kimberly love triangle news of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Learn some love, y'all. Learn some dedication. It's what we need. We need to be standing by one another's sides. Yeah, man. We don't want bro crashing out. We don't want bro crashing out. Kimberly's become the new Keisha.
Making you scream, and the part that killing me, the part I can't forget is
All right.
I wake up this morning still loving you yet. I'm balling on the floor, phone still in my eye.
Next up, ladies and gents.
Of him taking what was mine.
Next up, let's go. All right, so we're going to drop down from this story. The misery of Kimberly and the love triangle is over with. Your boy C.I.P's made his statements on this subject. Let's do better together, ladies and gents. And let's move on. Back at it. All right, we got IG. We're not gonna, you see already, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like the whole top row is about Kimberly. They even made a Muppet Kimberly. It's bad out here in these streets for all the Kimberlys, y'all. Pray for Kimberly. Let's go. Next up. Now we're getting into Free Flow with Nukiva Griffith. All right, Nukiva. I'm going to drop his link in the chat. Ladies and gents, as always, I throw flowers to these wonderful, wonderful, wonderful content creators. There's a lot of content to be found on here. Mr. Producer, Mr. JP, all my hoes monetized. To the front of the class, please. Mr. JP, all my hoes monetized. Sir, if you please come to the front of the class. I have a special documentary here for you that we will most likely cover in the future. And how to make a perfect hit song for St. Lucia Carnival. This is the documentary of Imran Nerdy, interview of Imran Nerdy. The Pillars of Carnival, episode 4. So the Pillars of Carnival, from the perspective of the free flow. And I'm going to say that, you know, seeing as you've expressed an interest in Soca Sundays, especially in the music and entertainment sector, and Imran Nerdy, as you've called out, being one of your specific favorites, I may have to review this one day. Let's go. A little dialogue between me and the producer. All right. So Free Flow with Nukiva. Ladies and gents, what we are going to talk about today, we're going to explore today, something your boy C.I.P. has constantly been at battle with, and it's redemption. It's redemption. I'm learning. I'm taking in the knowledge and observing from all the different spaces, from all the different religions and homes of spirituality, whatever humans have concocted in their thought processes. But I'm learning. So today, a few Soca Sundays ago, we explored crime in the region and on the island. This was one of the episodes that was a layover from that. So I figured it was a good time to go through my notes, clean things up a bit, and bring this one to the surface. Redemption. And in light of what we just witnessed with Miss Kimberly, there may be redemption there for her. Maybe she will one day learn to only lay with one man that spends 7 years of his life in dedication to building a future with her. Maybe, just maybe. Probably not. It's 2026. What am I saying? All right, anyway, let's go explore redemption, ladies and gentlemen, and see what it looks like for this gentleman. Now, Franz Theodore is the gentleman who will be watching the interview of Fair Use, by the way. Fair Use, free flow. Don't go striking your boy C.I.P., all right? I'm learning here, right? This is all about knowledge, gaining knowledge here and perspective. And thank you very much for the content that you create. All right. So I have not followed up on Mr. Franz Theodore's life, what the words spoken by him during this interview have become in action as a man. Does that make sense? His merit as a man, where he's taken this new direction in his life, what he's done with that, how he's propelled forward as a man, what he's achieved. Not expecting him to be some millionaire empire Mongol. No. What I'm expecting is mogul. Excuse me. What I'm expecting is just to see the development, his character and his actions, and his general nature as a man, standing on everything as a good man. Right. That's it. That's key. All right. So enough from your boy C.I.P. Bars. Let's go.
Welcome to Free Flow, the Caribbean's best and biggest podcast. Let's get it.
You walk around the gym, I see you there.
I remember that, yes. And I remember
I
that,
say,
yes.
what? Look at that. Look
God
at
is
that.
good, God is good.
Divine intervention.
Right. You know, I had to be here today to glorify the name of the Lord, you know?
Yeah, man.
To tell my story about how the Lord has been good to me. And yeah, man, it was the Lord who made you find me at the gym. And yeah, man, I'm willing to give my testimony.
Okay.
Yes,
well, let's get into it. Normally, I like to start the episode with an icebreaker. And the icebreaker, just to, loosen up,
Yes.
And the icebreaker that I have for you today is dreamed in a guess. Okay, that's a very iconic icebreaker for now. Like that's the icebreaker I use for most episodes.
Yes.
But basically what it is if you had the opportunity to have dinner with 3 people, alive or dead, who would they be and why?
3 people, alive or dead.
Yeah.
Well, first and foremost, it would be Jesus Christ. That's
for sure, I knew that.
That's for sure. That would be the first. Yes, and I wouldn't mind having the Last Supper with him. Yes, and why? Because,
Yes, why?
Christ has been very good to me. And, the book of Romans, chapters 5 and verse 8, the Apostle Paul tells us, whilst we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. So imagine you're a sinner and a man dying with that man, Yeah, man, and that's my Lord and Savior, and he would be the first.
I'm not here going to debate religion, but I will debate that philosophy. Why does it take humans so late to realize that sacrifice? So that's the lesson in sacrifice. Humans wrote that story to amplify it. The death of a man, nails being driven through his flesh. The horror. Get over it. Sacrifice. Giving of yourself. Truly just giving of yourself. That's what it is. Loving someone enough that you put yourself aside. Planning your own comfort properly so that you can share your gifts with the world without material sacrifice. It's just a lesson. It's just a lesson. The impact was in the torture the man went through and the assholes on the other side that saw it through. It's just a lesson in sacrifice. We have to remember that these stories are about humans, written by humans. And that's all they are. That's all they are. That's my 2 cents so far on religion. Like I said, this is not an episode necessarily for religion, even though the concepts of redemption are baked into religion. This being Soca Sundays, I'm sure it's a little more poignant. But again, human stories written by flawed humans to control humans, to keep humans' minds grounded. That's all they are. So let's move on.
And wow, who's that two others? No, I never thought of.
You're talking to people like that.
Dallas, Big Natty, what's good? What's good, fam?
My cousin, eh?
A cousin?
Yeah.
Tell me about your cousin.
Yeah, Chris Fedor. His name is well, they used to call him Conker. Yeah, and he got killed in Shantytown in 2008. Yes, and you know, it's because of, well, that's mainly that's the biggest reason I will say why I really became a bad man. You know, yeah, because of, yes, his untimely demise. Yes. So yeah, if I had a chance to dine with him.
So the catalyst was his friend that lived in Shantytown passed away. And that was the catalyst that drove him down the road of wanting to be a bad man.
Again.
What would you tell him?
Real bad man.
Give his life to Jesus Christ. Yeah, man, that's what I would tell him. Give his life to Jesus Christ. Repent. Yes, and be baptized. Yeah, because all now that he died and he died in his sins. And you know the book tells us in John chapters 3 and verses 3, unless a man be born again, he cannot enter the kingdom of God, you know? Yes, so I'll tell him be born again, and that would be my advice to him.
Okay. All right, that's some good answers, though.
Yeah,
that's
man.
some good answers, man. Well, let's get into it, man. Franz Theodore.
Yes.
What did your life look like growing up? Who was Franz before all this early
Okay.
on? Growing up, from child growing up, where you from? What did your life look like? What type of life were you living?
Yes, well, my full name is, a lot of people think like Franz is a nickname.
I thought so too.
Yeah, you see? Exactly. So, but that's my actual name because my father name, and then they asked me like if I'm from Matnik or whatever, but no. My father name is Francis President. So from Francis, my mom named me after him, which is Franz. And my full name is Franz François Theodore.
Okay.
Yes, so I was born and raised in West Hall Group, Vieux-Fort, also known as the Mang.
We always have crazy names.
It's kind of like a ghetto area, but despite the area being ghettoish, I was raised and brought up in a good home. You know, with both parents, both mother and father. I born with a silver spoon in my mouth. You know, my father had everything. I had everything any child could have asked for. You know, bicycle, all video games. You know, them times I don't know if you're familiar with that, but Super Nintendo and 64.
Yeah, all that.
Right. So we had all kind of board games, Domino and Ludo and, you know, Monopoly, all these things. But the thing is, the area was a poor area. So we had everything, but the rest of the trend didn't really.
No, interesting, right? You're the most privileged of all your friends. And this is this is part of the path that you chose. You were the most privileged. You had everything. You had two loving parents. Again, this is a lesson in understanding as well as a lesson in knowledge, gaining knowledge and the perspective of the timelines that these individuals go through that make these decisions. And you got to think about it. Western world, you already conditioned to understand you're not going to get very far with tattoos like that on your face. You're already convinced. You're already conditioned, right? It's already conditioned in you, especially in the white collar world that I work in. You're not getting in the door. So with that being said, it's interesting to see over and over and over again, stateside Western world, right? Versus over there, second, third world, the same situations. Top of his neighborhood, top of his community in privilege. And this is the path he chose.
No, so they used to come at our home to watch Dragon Ball Z, to play games, to ride bicycle, basketball. And plus my father was one of the few persons who had a vehicle in the area. So, you know, every Sunday.
And your father had a vehicle. Everybody else was walking.
They used to bring us around the island and the children around. So, and then by the beach, by the river, you know, nice adventures, things children would like. And then automatically that made me the leader in my area because all the children want to follow friends because friends' father have everything, and you know, I have everything, you know. Yes, and even going to school, I always have monies, and you know, and a lot of the children were poor, so they would follow me. So I was like basically born a leader, you know, from small I was a leader, but I was very shy growing up, and yeah, so yeah, I was raised well, to be honest.
Would you say you're still a leader now?
Yeah, man, my leader quality is there because
never change.
Never change, never change, never change. But you know, in time to come, I want to be a leader, as in employ young, like, you know, open businesses and employ young men, you know, and yeah, be that kind of leader.
Yeah,
not the
I like
leader.
that.
Yes, not the leader I used to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
At how long ago? Just try and give me a rough number.
Yes.
How long ago did you change your life and give your life to God?
Okay, I got baptized on the 1st of August 2023.
2023, so that's about 3 years ago.
Yes, August will give 3 years.
Okay.
August this year.
Yeah.
I got married unbaptized that same day.
Oh, wow.
So he's literally 3 years into his journey because we're in August now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yes.
Married unbaptized.
Yes, that same day, 7-day Adventist.
So was France
And he got married.
just before that?
Just before that.
Was there, or let's just say a couple years before that?
A couple years before that.
Who was France before
Right. France was a gang leader in Vieux-Fort of a crew named Critical. Yes, I was in charge of a lot of young men, from men and women, from Vieux-Fort to Soufrière, Micoud, Castries, Tenry. Critical was a large group, very, very large group.
Wow.
Yes,
and
I was the head.
That, honestly, like, I don't know how it is there, because, you know, I know from that guy. But what was the relationship like between you and these people? Was it like a employee-employer kind of relationship,
Now,
or was it a family
that one is
kind of
interesting.
thing?
It was a family kind of thing, because imagine, that's why I will say, I was not the richest boss in St. Lucia. As a matter of fact, maybe I was the leader with the least amount of money. But then I had such a big crew running, and it's because of the relationship. Because a lot of guys would hear about friends, and, you know, it would instill fear in them. But then when they come on my block and they see I so down to earth with the guys, you're not even knowing who's the leader.
Yeah.
Well, the only way you'll see me, I have endless goal and stuff. But apart from that, you see all of us joking. You see the fellas giving me old jokes, and I laughing. I'm not taking that for nothing. Yeah, real down to earth thing. And people wondering, Mama, but what kind of boss is that? Like, you understand?
Yeah, boss supposed to be serious.
Right. And I just, they like family. That's what that made them love me, you know?
Okay.
Is the love, and anything we have, we share in it equally, you know?
I don't know how much you could speak on that. But what kind of activities were you involved in during that time?
Everything not good.
I don't do that.
Yes, everything you can think of. You see, I will not sugarcoat nothing, and everybody know that's what happens in the ghetto, in the gang life. You know, is murders, robberies, drug dealings, womanizing, you know, alcoholism, like drinking endless from smoking,
Right.
you know, this kind of playing vulgar music and secular music and these kind of things, you know. Yeah, that's just crime, bare crime.
Yeah, and
but that doesn't mean everybody in the ghetto are bad people.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I think my viewers are open-minded enough to know that, you know.
Yes.
But yeah, so obviously you're involved in a lot of, you know, as you say, bad things. Everything are not good. You know, and you did mention, like, you know, to recognize who the boss is. You know, you would have all your goal and that kind of thing. What kind of money were you touching at that time?
Well, okay, I'll not say. Okay, at a young age, I had my own boat, and yes,
plural.
Wow. Yeah, I
Boats,
used to go
plural.
to St. Vincent, you know, go and take weed, £100, £80, £50.
When you say your own boat, you
yeah, my own like the fishing vessel, not a yacht, but the fishing vessel.
Okay,
purchased it for about $35,000. Yeah, and yeah, so we used to go Matnik, St. Vincent, pick up the weed, hundreds of pounds, and go Matnik with it. And then
That's
I used
like
to just be in a house, and I used to have guys.
It's like $100,000 boat.
Go in and distribute it and sell it for me, you know, and bring back the monies, and then we used to come back down St. Lucia. So, you know, different time monies used to be making, you know, sometimes one trip you make a 40 grand, you know, here and there, sometimes a 20 grand, sometimes a 40, you know, different, it varies.
Yeah. And then you split it.
Yeah, well, I give them what coming for them. I pay all money equally, yeah? Like, you know, according to their work.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, fairly. Yes.
Okay.
You know, so each and everybody will get what coming to them, and I will get what coming to me, you know? Yeah.
Okay, what did it take at that time to be a leader of these people? Because you can't be no pleb. You cannot be somebody that looks weak.
Yes.
You know?
Okay. Yes. Now, you know, that's why not everybody you see has money can be a leader in the ghetto. They maybe can be a leader someplace else, but not in the ghetto, not in the not in the gang life, you know. You have to be tough. You have to be like actually, if not doing things yourself, or at least used to do before you turn a boss. At least you were a bad boy before, and then you turn a boss, so they know, okay, you're a bad boy. You have to be tough. You have to be good for yourself.
Anyways, you are.
Even in the street, the same rules apply as it does in the business world. Merit. You're not going to have somebody just step up and say, I'm the boss, and not have any kind of rep, not have any kind of street rep. Doesn't exist. You'll get taken out.
To prove yourself, like, how did you even get to that point of being a boss? Like, how did you prove yourself? How did you get enough respect to get to that
like I
point?
said, you know, I raised with a silver spoon, so my father's given me everything. So I already had things, and guys used to follow me, and I was showing them love. You know, always used to share, so they used to follow me. But then I started doing crime now, chopping fellas, and, you know, them kind of things. So people know, okay, not because that man looking good and he loving and he sharing to mess around with him, you know. Yeah, I used to.
Okay. You think you had a temper?
Yeah, man. Yes, man.
Still
do, but I manage it better now. Yes, because, you know, I've got the Holy Spirit inside of me. So
what do you? I don't know how much you could speak on it, but how have you ever crossed a line, you know, during that time that kind of pushed you further off the edge, or a line that you felt like you couldn't come back from?
I couldn't come back from.
There we go. That's a good question. That's a very good question.
No, I never crossed a line I believe I couldn't come back from.
So
that's why I used to try my best not to do nothing I will totally regret. Although there are actions I was not proud of, and, you know, but to say like, I say, I cannot come back from that.
Did you ever feel guilty? Like for
certain
anything?
things, yeah.
Guilty? Ashamed?
Yeah, for certain things, yeah, man.
Yeah. What was your relationship like with your family?
Great.
Now, through all that?
Through all that, I was always obedient to my parents. Well, not obedient to them but I was always respectable to them. Because, you know, the Bible tells us in Exodus chapters 20, honor thy mother and thy father, and your days shall be long on this earth. And a lot of friends of mine died because they were disrespectful to their parents.
Were you always like a Christian man?
Well, we
And again, that's a statement of structure. That's a statement of respect for the legacy that you come from, right? It's again, it's to maintain the control mechanisms to keep families together. It's the rules to keep us together. We've totally abandoned that, but that's what it's written for. It's a guidebook to life.
we were brought up as Catholics, right?
Because you quoted
Yep.
Scripture,
like three
yes,
or four
yes.
scriptures
Yeah.
there already. And that's not something that
Highly
comes just
Catholic
so,
on the
you know.
island.
Right, that don't come just so. So yes, so we were brought up as Catholic, and I always knew to pray. My mother, from little boy, we knew the 23rd Psalm by heart, Psalms 121 by heart, the Lord's Prayer, which is taken from Matthew chapter 6, from verses 9 to 13. So we knew all these things by heart, and we always knew to pray. Every morning when we wake up, our parents would make us pray. Every night, the same thing.
Yep.
So, and we always knew Jesus Christ. I always knew Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior.
Okay.
Even when
Even
even when I was a bad boy, I knew that. But I always knew one day I would have given my life to Christ. I always knew that.
You always had that feeling.
Always had that feeling. I never knew it so soon. I always felt like maybe, when I elder man and I cannot do nothing again.
If you had even survived to reach that age. Did you ever feel fear? Did you have, or was it just like a numbness?
Okay, it was like both a numbness and yes, it was like a numbness and not really fear, but you never had ease. You understand? It's not really fear, because if it was fear, I would have gone foreign and never come back. Or it was just that like you never had ease. Like you always have to have a fire. I'm always watching your back. Not only from your enemies, but from also police also. So always uneasy, but not really fear. Let me tell you something. I always tell people, no bad man is afraid to die until it's actually time to die.
It is at your doorstep.
Right. So right now, I'm a bad boy, killing people, I doing things. I'm not afraid to die. I'll say like, my pay more, I'm not afraid to die. I can die anytime. And Burma man reach on me, give me 5, and I dare underground. Just before I die, you've been afraid, bro. I've been shot many times. I know the feeling.
You've been shot many times?
Yeah, man. I know the feeling.
What?
Yeah. So then you seen, boy, today is the day I go in. Of course you've been afraid.
I don't know how much you could talk on it, but what's the worst thing that you've done that you can think of?
I don't even know, to be honest. Like that's something I had to think of, because we did so many things.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we did so
That's
many things
crazy,
back in the days, Things unknown to people, things known to people, Yeah. But I can't even, I have to like think of which.
What?
No,
it's actually crazy to me that like you do so many things already, you don't even know what to say.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, even as I do a lot of things already myself, I also instigate a lot of things already.
Call a couple shots.
Call a lot of shots, So even that too, because they tell you, there is a saying we use in St. Lucia, si la pan situ es la pan vole. In other words, if there is no one to conspire to call a shot, the crime will not happen.
Right.
And that's why they give you more time in prison for conspiracy than the person who actually does the crime. So, for example, I say you and kill somebody and you kill a person. You never had no problem with that person. Yes, it was you, President, but I'm also guilty for killing that person.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Do you think that in all what you've done, I know you spent some time in jail. I don't know how much time did you actually spend?
Okay. Now, that's the thing about it. I've been to borderline 6 different times.
Oh, wow.
But the thing about it is, I've never spent a long time there. 2 months, 2 months, 2 months, 3 months, 1 month. Yeah, just months each time. Each
so it
visit.
was more just waiting for your court date or something?
Yeah, remand. Mostly it's just remand, yes.
Okay.
Only once I did time, which is penal. They sentenced me to 3 months and I ended up doing 2 months.
Wow.
That was in 2016. So that was my conviction.
And was that the last time?
No, that was in 2016. That was actually my second time. My first one was you understand what's remand and penal, right?
What's penal? I don't know what's penal.
Penal is when
Convicted.
the judge find you guilty or you plead guilty and they sentence you to prison.
Okay.
Yeah. So that says the sentence conviction is the penal conviction versus basically just being reprimanded.
Time, so you know what day you coming out.
Okay.
Remand is like you say, you in jail, but you're waiting for.
Yeah, you're waiting, yes.
Right.
Okay.
So my first jail was in 2014, which was a remand. My second was 2016, which was the penal. That's the only time I do time. And when you do
Did
time,
you plead guilty or
I pleaded. Yeah,
Okay.
both. I have 2 convictions, and both of them were me pleading guilty. Yes. You see,
You
every
honest?
time, yes, every time I plead not guilty, yes, every single time I plead not guilty, I win in that case because
You're
it's
not
the
guilty.
truth. Yes.
Exactly.
So you see, so in 2014, now Raymond, you've been in green. Now,
Okay.
if you can recall, when I was doing
You were in
Untold
blue?
Stories, no, I was
You were
in
in green, okay,
Yes.
yeah.
So Raymond 14, 2016, I did the blue. 2017, I come back on Raymond. I did the entire 2018 out. Come back 2019. Come back 2020. Come back 2021. And that
during
was
COVID. Wow.
Yeah, and that was the last time.
Did you feel like you deserved to be there?
Of course, yes.
For all the time, even the times when
Let me see.
you lost your case or you won your
Won
case.
my
sorry.
case. Let me see. Only the first time, 2014, a female ended up cutting herself with a knife, and she says, "Me," and look, and they charged me for assault and all kind of thing.
But yeah, because not trying to put you in a strange position, but not necessarily because you had something to do with the crime means you're not guilty. If you understand what I say.
Yes.
You know, so sometimes.
Now, did you catch that about the first case that got him hemmed up and put in court? Now, it's often claimed that the system doesn't protect the females, but if the females behave badly, even on the island, again, keep your hands to yourself, but if a female behaves badly and struck or cut the man and he reacted accordingly, it seems to me both, if not she, is at fault. If I had 2 children, they would both be in trouble. So it seems to me that the situation may have been tilted more toward favor of the woman. Very much par for the course as it is here stateside. Just an observation. Let's move on.
Sometimes, you get put in that position, not because you did anything, but, because you were somewhere around, you were part of it. And sometimes you feel like you deserve it just because you're not
Just
supposed
because,
to be there.
right. Yeah, man. And that's what I always say about when you live in that kind of life, there are some people who are actually innocent, and there are some that are not. For example, I know of some guys that in prison innocently, like they're for murder and they did not kill the person, right? But what's about all the people they have killed before and they never yes.
Yeah, so it's like a
got
karma
arrested
thing.
for that. Right. So you're not truly innocent.
Again, the
but
system is
some
upside
actually
down on the
innocent.
island like it is here
You
stateside.
believe in karma?
Yeah.
You think in that life, that past life that you've lived, that at some point in your life, that some sort of karmic vengeance is going to come back for you? Or?
Well, I have repented of my sins. So when I believe in karma, I believe like if you just continue doing bad, it will come back to you, because it's even written, and it's written in red. That's important. It's written in red in the Bible in Matthew chapter 26 and verse 52, where Christ told Peter, put his sword back in its place. Whoever...
Olua, I apologize, sis. I'm going to have to look and see what Nightbot's problem is. Nightbot is not Nightbot. Oh, wait. Put the I in front of invasion. There you go. Let's see if that works. There you go. It working. Okay, Nightbot's botting. She's working. Good girl, Nightbot. Good girl. All right, let's go, y'all. Sorry for the interruption. I was making sure everything's working.
Live by the sword will surely die by the sword. So I believe if you continue, after you know the truth, you continue doing what's bad, karma will come to you,
And I think that's important after you know the truth.
Right, that's important.
Because if you're ignorant of it.
If you're ignorant of it, then God will have, mercy. Because God don't punish us for what we do not know. God punishes us for what we know. Only the devil that takes advantage of what we do not know.
Yes.
Because remember, he doesn't play fair, so... Yeah.
I disagree with that statement, because we know in most cases we're given, there's misguided individuals that come from misguided individuals and becomes generational curse, as they say. It's basically just they're stupid and they pass stupidity on to their children. But seeing as it seemed there was more structure there, it seems like it was choice more so than leaning on God's protection of the ignorant. We have to also understand that God protects the meek. And in our communities, obviously the individuals with deformities and other conditions that they are born with should be provided those concessions. But I have an argument with otherwise able-minded and bodied individuals unless you are a madman. And that's all you are. All right, I'm not going to split hairs here with individuals on this discussion. This is silliness.
What we know. Only the devil that takes advantage of what we do not know.
Yes.
Because remember,
And see, there is no remember he, like he's some nebulous thing that controls us. Even if you're not exposed to the fact that there's knowledge and information out there, you still have in your hand and possession a device, $1,000 on average device that you can Google, look up, Wikipedia, ChatGPT, an average knowledge base and a point to start from to improve your situation. If you're not aware of that, but you are so consumed by social media that you understand how likes and subscriptions work, you fucked yourself. Or you are a tard. You have some kind of mental retardation. And it should be looked at. Again, the spiritual guides that we have, the books of holy knowledge that we have, were written by humans who already fucked up, who already made mistakes, who already were abominations in their behaviors. So even beyond these $1,000 devices, I have two $1,000 devices. So even beyond these $1,000 devices, we have our book of holy scripture. Each religion. So this ignorance claim of God will protect and the demon is the one, to hell with that. It's 2026. We as humans are not evolving and embracing ways to evolve. Again, your boy C.I.P. preaches this at the beginning of every show. Seek knowledge and evolve. People choose to stay stupid. People choose to make egregious mistakes and sacrifice children in the process. They choose to make these mistakes and then hide behind Holy Scripture as a shield with no accountability behind it. That's not cool.
he doesn't play fair, so yeah, that's why he's the devil.
Yeah. Have you had any sort of, do you feel like, I think that's an interesting question. Do you feel that you were a tool or a vessel of the devil at that point in your life?
Yeah, man. I was worshiping the devil. Now people think worshiping...
What?
Yeah, no, but people think worshiping the devil is like going and do rituals or going and like pray to the devil. Once you're doing the devil bidding, you worshiping the devil.
Okay.
You of the devil. You of your father, the devil.
Yeah. So you were not physically, like consciously worshiping.
No.
See, and again, the analogies and the stories of the Bible play, the analogies and the allegory of the Bible play true, and that was a more respectful way of illustrating that point. If you are a believer in the holy scriptures of the Christian God, the devil is the Baphomet, the devil is your enemy. The good, the bad. He's your enemy. The Republicans, the Democrats. Okay? So he's your enemy. So you're going to place the allegory of your bad choices, your bad choices, on the shoulders of Ghost Daddy's enemy, the ghost demon.
But because of the actions,
The actions I was doing, yes.
There you
because
go.
you say that like
Your
you know
actions.
you were rich, you had your big circle.
Ah,
and-
if it had reached to that, then I would have become a millionaire. Yeah, because majority of them leaders you see in there, bro, don't mind these fellas. These fellas lose their soul, man. These fellas sell. Yeah, man. Let me tell you something, bro. You do not make it at the top of the drug business without going and see the devil.
Really?
Believe me when I tell you that.
I believe that.
He's in charge of that.
The devil is in charge of that.
I believe that.
You can sell your little drugs and hold yourself to a certain standard, but you will not be the top man. So whoever you see at the top, just know.
Right. 9 times out of 10, these women out here that date these guys that they think are these big ballers are just mid-tier D-boys. They're just mid-tier. They're not top dog. They're not. This shit is hilarious. This shit is hilarious. Back in my day, the average little mid-tier nobody was making around like $60,000 to $80,000. Doing nothing. The devil's work.
They there.
They there, believe me. And then I would, that's why I praise Jah, I always read in my Bible, even while I was a sinner, because in Mark chapters 8 and verse 36 said, what would it gain a man to profit the world and lose his soul? Or what can you give in exchange for your soul? You understand, brother?
There's nothing, huh? There's
Nothing. Yeah. So when you see when people talk about fear, that's what I fear most, like to go and like invoke the devil, ask him for things, and then I cannot come back. You know?
Are you in a trap?
In a trap, yeah. So,
wow. What did that life, or what would you say that life gave you that made you feel like you had to stay in it for all those years? Was it like respect? Was it money? Was it power?
Most of all, respect and power. Yeah, man. Even up to a day like today, I'm a Christian and people still respect me and people, you know, because the average man, somebody might, for a little thing, somebody might disrespect them, but when they see, like, if it's me, they will let it pass, you understand? Like sometimes a little traffic violation and fellas will start cursing, and when they say, hey, Papa, you're not there, sorry about that. You understand? So the respect is good.
Yeah.
Everybody likes to be respected. So the respect, the power, you know, the fast life too. You can make a money fast, you know, whether it be you sell a key of cocaine there or 2 plaque of hash or upon a creepy or a robbery, the money was just coming fast, like fast life. And a lot of the females out there, you know, females like these things, you know. And you know,
don't say it so, but
right, yeah,
that's what it is.
That's what it is. And women, us men, we like females, so, and females like these things, so yeah,
well, that's materialistic.
That's crazy. Females like drug dealers? What? That's crazy. I would never, ever in my life, ever think that females like the bad boys. That would be a horrible future for those females. Wow. Amazing. Not like we haven't heard this before.
Females, we all know that.
Yeah,
you know?
material. But 90% of females are materials.
well, we love our 10% that you know
right,
that
yes,
love us for us.
yes, our 10% we love them.
Because that's the one you marry, right?
That's exactly who I got married to.
All right.
My wife, yeah, she's
It's interesting you say that statement, Dallas, and I'm trying to avoid going down this path too much this episode because we're looking at the redemption angle of this. But I'll tell you what, the church has lost credibility. The church protects child predators and pedophiles. I'm going to let that sink in. Matter of fact, I'm going to let that sink in, and we're going to go to an intermission.
thank you, and I thank
God,
the good
don't make
people
no
of Nepal.
mistakes.
You don't even know what you did, but
You ain't said nothing slick to a can of oil.
brilliance is brilliance, born not from someone ignorant.
Why are the drops playing? But we're back. And yes, as I said before I went to the intermission there, the church is at fault 100%. Church has lost all credibility as far as I'm concerned over here on Culture Invasion Project. And that is a longer show, a much, 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 much longer show for another day. But absolutely. Absolutely. There was a comment I saw made on the social media spaces. I do believe it was the IG. And someone was commenting about the Caribbean and the fact that we need to explore and examine the atrocities to children across the region. And I think what no better people than the politicians, preachers, and parents, the only roles of power, absolute power, and are showing to be absolute failures across the globe. People are pieces of shit, and you know who you are. Politicians, preachers, and parents. Look for that in a future episode. Let's go.
Part of an elite group, she's part of the 10%, of females that will actually love you for who you are and not what you can do for them.
No, let me tell you, any female that can marry you after their life and knowing your past life and still be able to love you and marry you, that's one you have to hold on to tight.
Hold on to tight. And she was even there, even before I got married to her. She was there with me whilst everybody went to kill me and things hot, and she was taking a risk with me.
Wow.
So yeah, man. So you see in future, if people see I give that woman a house or a Raptor vehicle, they have nothing to say.
Yeah.
You check, she earned that, she deserved that, man, you know.
What's the biggest lie people believe about that lifestyle?
That everybody in the ghetto not good. That's the biggest lie. That's not true. That's not true. That's why you have to hear some people's story. Some people not there by choice, you know. I was there by choice. I didn't have to be there. You know, I went to school. I went to good school. I like I tell you, I raised in a good home. My father was giving me everything.
He said it. 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 He was there by choice. Your boy C.I.P. said it. He said it himself from the horse's mouth. We have to listen. We have to listen to the words that are being spoken. This isn't just entertainment for entertainment. Say, oh, yeah, he a motherfucking thug. Oh, shit, C.I.P. talk about some motherfucking thugs today. No. No. All right? Listen to what he's saying.
So I chose to be there, but there are others that do not have a choice, and you cannot just judge them. And if they could have gotten a way out, they would.
One more thing, I'm gonna let him cook. But as an example, how many thugs do you know from the motherfucking suburbs? I know your mother. Your mother's a fucking nurse. Your mother's works in the fucking government office. Your mother works for the fucking Board of Education. You were raised right. You had two parents in the home. I know your people. Yeah, my chick, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, bro. All right, bro. That's the life you want.
Trust me, it's more difficult to come out than people think.
Yeah. When you say come out, you mean come out of the ghetto?
Come out of the ghetto and the ghetto, the lifestyle, everything. You know, and people don't even know because, boy, life is spiritual, and you see these ghettos have
a grasp on people.
Now, there are certain things I will say them, people will find like, what am I talking about? But life is spiritual for you, my bro. There is just these demonic forces that you see in the ghetto. If you're not strong spiritually, you're not coming out of this trap. You're not breaking these curses, you know?
It's just people that don't give a fuck. People don't give a fuck. People don't give a fuck in the trailer park in America. People don't give a fuck in the ghetto in America. People don't give a fuck it's the individuals, and you're taught not to give a fuck. Ghettos are ghettos for a reason. The governments and cities keep those areas ghettos for a reason. Because you know where the stupid fucks are. The ones that don't give a fuck. You say, how is that true? How is that true? Because there's plenty of stories of individuals that move away from their families and their toxic environments and seek better. Black people have been migrating since the beginning of time, if not forced by the hand of the white man, by their own hand and exploration, curiosity, and trauma. What are we doing? Seek, explore, move away. It is that simple. It is that simple. Once you see something better, latch onto it and escape.
Yeah, and believe me, you're a religious man.
I'm not religious, but spiritual.
Okay,
I'm a
well,
praying man, you know.
Right. Well, you should know about these things.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
Yes, all
You
these
see it
things
everywhere.
exist.
You see it
Demons and
everywhere.
all these things exist, bro.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, a lot of these people at the top, bro, people looking up to and worshiping, don't even know.
Boy,
Right. I'm telling you,
it's
don't
actually
even know.
insane, you know. So, but yeah, so you would say that it's just the life, like people, because I know what percentage would you actually say of people are actually, let's say, bad in the ghetto?
In the ghetto,
I would even say it's a smaller percent than the people that are good.
Thank you.
I think the amount of people that are good is higher than the amount of people that are bad.
No, I'll not say that.
You not say that?
I'll not say that.
You really?
I'll not say that. Let me tell you why I'll not say that.
Okay.
The hustles and scammers?
Before I would say that. But you see, when you read in the Bible and when you religious, you realizing how filthy. And because, for example, before I would say like I was a good person, because yes, it's true I was doing crime, but I used to justify everything I do. I used to say, okay, sometimes them rich man, they're not giving the poor people nothing. So if my fellas go and rob them, and we come back and give the poor people in the ghetto thing, we'll watch it as a good deed. Right. So based on, so a lot of people will say, well, that's a good thing they're doing. But you see right now, as I'm religious and I read in the Bible, I realize in Mark chapters 10, verse 18, written in red, Christ said, no one is good but the Father alone. So you see, so right now, my standard for good get higher. So not everybody will meet that requirement, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Good
even
perspective.
In the church too,
Good perspective.
What's the significance of written in red? You keep saying that.
Jesus' word. Written in red is Jesus' word.
Yes. Shit, now, I say I would have brought my Bible, but I forget it, yes.
It's Jesus' word, you guys. The word of the prophet is highlighted so that you know that the prophet is then speaking, because the rest of the words written in black are human fucking interpretations written by people like you and me.
Okay, in the Bible, the words are written in black. But you see everywhere Christ, like Jesus.
You know, it's kind of fun. Okay, I'm not laughing, but I am laughing. I'm in the mid-hood too. You know what? Economically, realistically, yes, economically, you can say there's a definite bottleneck and struggle. Definitely, right? But our lives are complicated, can be simple or can be complicated. And adding layers add complications. By myself, layers I can add of complication are financial strain. I can overextend myself financially. Layers of complications I can add is getting in a relationship. I now have another person to account for and to hang out with. Layers of complication are getting that woman pregnant and bringing a child into this world. I now have two other individuals to be concerned about and have complicated my situation. I'm now learning to trim complications. I'm reducing my involvement locally with people. I'm reducing my involvement with volunteer efforts. I'm reducing how I extend myself so that I can get the fuck out of the hood. Let's go. Just trying to help you out, all right? So we all have things that make us comfortable in, I can't leave the parents, I can't leave the family, I can't leave the city, I can't leave my job. So there are things that tie us, the ties that bind, but then there are some that are unhealthy that restrict us from growing. Bars.
Message.
Jesus' words are in red.
Okay.
So that's very important. That's actual Jesus words came from his mouth. Yes, those words are written in
What's your
red.
religion?
I'm a Christian, but denomination is Seventh-day Adventist.
Oh, 7-day, okay.
Yes. So
All right.
Jesus, so anytime you open a Bible and you see red words, take it serious. That's Jesus himself
Jesus speaking to you.
Yes.
Okay. At any point, did you actually enjoy what you did?
In the ghetto?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was a sweet life. That was a sweet life, bro. Making money fast, sexing endless women, and
damn it.
You know, you feed in your flesh. That's what the flesh wants. The flesh like the smoke and the drinking, feeling good, music done.
Sins of the flesh.
The flesh love these kind of things. When you pull up, you have 50 fellas behind you and everybody watching and everybody saying, look, Francie, and you're feeling good, you're feeling macho. Yeah, man.
What did a day look like for you? What did a full day look like from the time you wake up to go and sleep?
Every day? Every day Ramos drinking and music and, you know, it's either if we go and do a mission to make our money and come back in the ghetto and right through music and females and male and dummy, no playing and food cooking and partying and...
Woman and a woman and a woman and a rum and a woman and a rum.
Bursting. Yeah, that's basically all we did.
Let's talk about this shot busting because that's what I tired of them fellas. I tired of these fellas because that from somewhere that's not a ghetto youth like me, alright?
Yes.
When you just ain't shots knocking around your house, that having you afraid.
That having you, yeah, man.
And all the time, that's just guys
just messing
for no
around.
reason. Not like it's a war that going on or something. Just messing around.
Just messing around. When you have rum in your system, and you know you like to hear that noise, and boy, I tell you, demon possessed.
That's crazy, man. Who did your actions hurt?
Well, apart from the victims, well, my mom, my dad, they didn't like that.
Both your parents alive?
Yeah, both of them. Both of them. Yes. To God be the glory for that. Yes. Even when all this madness was happening in Vieux Fort, where people were killing children, parents, relatives.
Now remember, you guys, when he said up in Vieux Fort, we're about halfway through the show, by the way. So I thank you very much for being here. 30 minutes in. It is an hour long. I told you guys this was going to be an in-depth review of this, right? So if you'll remember the episodes that I did about crime on the island, the bloodiest year, that was up in Vieux Fort. Women, children, grannies, everybody was victim. So he's recapping that. I'm going to take it back just a little bit.
Well, apart from the victims, well, my mom, my dad, they didn't like that.
Both your parents alive?
Yeah, both of them. Both of them. Yes.
Hit the like and subscribe, you guys.
Glory for that. Yes. Even when all this madness was happening in Vieux Fort, where people were killing children, parents, relatives, no harm came to my mom and my dad, you know.
Okay.
Yes.
Your mom, your dad, they ever spoke to you and told you, like, you know, I had conversations with you about
so many times. They didn't like what I was doing, to be honest, you know.
Yeah.
They didn't like what I was doing. Right now, my parents are proud of me, you know.
Yeah, and that's good. How does that feel?
Boy, that's the best feeling ever. Boy. I want to make my father proud so much. Jah alone knows it. Yeah, well, I take the right steps so far, but I want him to see like I become the man I was supposed to be, the man he wanted me to be. I am not yet there, but that's what I want to. That's my goal. Well, apart from worshiping God and wanting to teach the gospel, my second goal is to just make my father proud.
Nice. If someone you love
and that's one thing that should stick with most men, is that you are going to evolve into a better man than your father was. You know, a lot of us, a lot of people in social spaces, and a lot of people who are opposition to us, men and women, often throw verbiage around to one another. Insults, attacks. You have mama issues. You have daddy issues. Men say it to women, women say it to men all the time, in whatever form. Honest truth being, our parents are at fault 100%. Both of them. Both of them. Both of them.
Message.
But what we have to remember is that we are going to be better than them. Damn their mistakes. Damn their errors. Damn the fact that they claim they did not know and were going into this for the first time, where throughout history, fucking humans have been breeding and building for centuries. 2026, my friends, my listeners, my family. 2026. No more bullshit. Okay? Okay? No more bullshit.
Affected or was a victim of somebody like past you, like the past you. How do you feel?
But it happened many times, eh?
Really?
Yeah, man. I've lost in that gang. You see, in that war I was going on before. I've lost 4 family members and a lot of close friends. Imagine shit. If I remember, I'd bring the file sheet. I actually wrote down the names of all my loved ones I've lost, including 4 family members. And when I say family members, like my auntie and uncle children, first cousins. You know, so yeah, so I know what it feels like to grieve and, you know, to feel pain. And
do they blame you?
My family?
Yeah, for, I guess, losing your relatives. Do they blame you for that?
Maybe, but they never tell it to me in my face. But I believe some of them. Yeah, maybe some of them.
If they were to tell it to your face now, how would you feel?
This is a good question. This is a very, very good question because this is a key part of redemption. It's a key part of redemption. It's a key part of accountability to face where you made a mistake. We're looking at a criminal in this case, right? The man killed people. He poisoned people with drugs. He participated in the downfall of other individuals because of their addictions. Those individuals who may have been addicted may have caused crime against other individuals in order to feed those addictions, crimes against their families, crimes against children, right? Now, we as the individuals on the other side of this, not the drug dealing criminal, but we as the other individuals that have our own vices, our own problems, we have to face the accountability. We have to swallow back. Look at the man's eyes. The man's eyes turned red immediately as soon as the man asked him that question. Stress. Accountability is absolute stress because you have to think through your mistake and how your selfishness, your narcissism and selfishness, that you were the only fuck that mattered in the world at that moment, impacted the others that were innocent. Think about it. Again, there's a lot to think about here.
Well, I will not get upset at them. I would understand that's their opinion, but then I would explain to them they cannot blame me, you know? Because you see, majority of the guys that got killed down in Vieux-Fort on my side was as a result of their hard head, you know, as a result of them not listening to me. And that's why they died, you know? Because my brothers was listening to me. All my brothers still alive. my actually blood brothers, you know? So, you know, most times people tend to blame everybody but themselves. And when in reality, they're the ones to be blamed, you know? But yeah, but you know already, that's the hardest thing to do, huh? To get upset at yourself or blame yourself for something. You're looking for everybody else to blame.
You have to be very real with yourself.
Very real, and very God.
And there it is again. You have to be humble. You have to understand that you are the one who made the choice. Gentlemen, you got her pregnant because you were the one wielding the dick. Gentlemen, you were the one that ended someone's life because you were the one that wielded the weapon. Gentlemen, you were the one that traumatized someone because you were the one who wielded the fist. Man to man, right? Okay?
Fearing too.
But would you have a certain amount of grace with them? Like if for example, because it's trauma, eh?
Yes.
It's trauma, like you lose a child, you know, you lose a family.
Of course, I'll be
member.
understanding. Of course, yes.
And they're just looking for something to hit, something to blame.
Yeah. I'll not dig nothing, to be honest. I'm a Christian. I can understand people grieve.
Yeah.
When people grieving, you know. So I will not say I'll hit them or fight with them for that. Or nah, man. I understand. You know.
You think people deserve second chances?
Of course, everybody deserves a second chance. Huh?
What about food for 5th, 6th, 7th chances?
What about that?
Let me tell you something, my brother. It's not what I think. It's what the Bible says. What Christ says. Christ says you can forgive a man 70 times 7. So You understand? So, if Christ, God in human form, can say that, who am I to say no? You cannot give a man 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chances. You know? Yeah, man.
What about like?
I want.
Okay. Without being too much of a cynical individual, there are two sides to every story within the Bible, as well as the lessons that surround that. I'm not going to give you 70 different chances if my life is threatened. We all know about war in the Bible. We all know about wrath in the Bible. And when family is decimated by the actions of an enemy, I am not giving you 70 different times to be forgiven. Not at all. We can debate this however you want for that show. All right?
Message.
6, 7, 8, 9 chances. That will be very hypocrite of me to, not want to give. Because, in Matthew chapter 6 and verse 14, Christ tells
No. It's more hypocritical of you to ignore all facets of existence and threat as well as forgiveness. You have to understand all facets of that. You have to. There's no forgiveness for some actions, my friend. Matter of fact, there's wrath as response for some actions. Just saying. And it's due. It is due process per the Bible, my friend.
For him to forgive you, you have to forgive your brother first. Yeah. So
Are there people on the other side that hurt family members of yours? That have you forgiven them?
Of course, I've forgiven all of them.
Have you spoken to them? Have you ever come across paths with anybody?
Yeah, it's control. It's control. The Bible's meant to control. So depending on who your teacher is, depending on your interpretation, it steers you. It's a steering mechanism. It is wind in your sails that pushes your boat through the water, right? That's what the Bible is. It's the blinders around you as the guide to, is this right or is that wrong? Is this right? Is that wrong? That's what our books, our holy books are. That's all they are. Written by humans in whatever language and dialect and religious doctrine it wants to be. The humans have taken that, bastardized that, and used that as power plays, right? Other than being the simple wind in our sails to guide us spiritually to be good humans, we have bastardized it, and you pull a little section out here and you pull a little section out there, and you put what you want as feelings inside of it because you want to stick your sexual organs on someone else's in some way, shape, or form. You manipulate the words of the Bible to, you understand what I'm saying here? It's absolute manipulation.
Yeah, right now
Exactly.
The guys I used to be enemy with, most of them we speak now.
Really? Wow.
Not all, but some, yeah. And I've forgiven everybody, but I cannot say they are forgiven me, because I am the change man, not them.
Yeah.
Yes.
What about because there's this the phrase, "I'll forgive, but I'll not forget." Do you think that that's relevant to what you're saying about forgiveness? Because yes, you can forgive, but you are the change man. They're not the change.
They're not the change person.
So you cannot necessarily kind of forget, because you still have to move smart.
Of course, Now that's why the Lord give us wisdom,
discernment and all that.
Discernment, the spirit of discernment, And I'm to give you a scripture concerning that. I think it's.
How about your own thought?
Proverbs chapters 1 and verse 42 says,
How about your
fools
own
die
thought?
because they refuse to follow wisdom. Because God give us wisdom. And come on, even if I change, that don't mean I will just walk inside of enemy territory at 12 in the evening, you understand? 12 in the night, and say, well, okay, I'm a change man, so I forgive everybody, so everybody forgive me. No, man.
Would you though?
Thank you.
Walk into it? I don't know where is
you cannot put the Lord to a test. In Luke chapters 4, Christ said that himself, written in red, "Thou shalt not test the Lord thy God." If you end up in enemy territory by mistake, and the enemy spot you, God will protect you. He might not be able to kill you. But if you just willingly go and believe like, I'm protected by God, that's not wisdom. You test in God, you will die.
Okay.
You check.
You will die.
Yes, for sure, you will die.
Guaranteed.
Do you think that anything would cause you to get back into, would ever be able to cause you to get back into that life, whether that be through anger, through desperation, through anything? Would you feel, even if it's not as bad as what you were doing before, but get back into that life in some way?
God forbid. And in Jesus' name, I never want that to happen. But that's why I always tell my wife, be mindful of what she does, because sometimes she believe like she's married to me, and like maybe somebody come and send up themselves on her for to. I tell her, not everybody that speak, ignore people.
Right.
Because somebody might do me something and I might leave that. But then you do my wife something, I might
not leave it.
I might not leave it, I might trip, because in 1 Corinthians chapters 11 and verses 3 says, for the head of every man is Christ, and the head of Christ is God. But the head of every woman is the man. So I am the head. Christ is the head of me, right? So I pray to Christ for protection and to protect me and to guide me. But now I am the one who's supposed to guard and protect my wife, because I am the head of the wife. You understand? So, bro, you can come and maybe you might give me a slap in my face, I might turn the other cheek. But you do not slap my wife. You do not speak to my wife. You don't. When I mean speak, not.
Yeah.
That's a man's job to try and roll on a woman. Not that I mean. Like,
in an abusive way.
Right. You do.
It's also the woman's space to maintain herself, so the man is never put in a position where he has to become the worst of himself and war with another man. I talked about that earlier. We don't do that. You never buck up on a man as a woman and expect another man to be there to protect you. 9 times out of 10, there will be a war and someone will lose their life. Be more intelligent about how you engage yourself as a woman so that you are protected. Every situation's not the same. And no, everyone is not going to keep their hands off of you in a violent manner. That is why you have to be smart and discern with wisdom when it is prudent to not be in a situation as a woman, including, but not limited to, running your fucking mouth. Sometimes it's time to shut up, ladies, and protect your man. Protect your family. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Okay.
Do not come near my wife, my brother. Yeah. I might, God forbid, hurt.
Yeah.
You don't, yeah.
I feel you though, and I feel like that's a sentiment of most men that see themselves as protectors.
Yes,
you're not going to violate in that way and expect a man to just be, So that's completely understandable.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Okay.
There are boundaries.
Yeah, there are boundaries.
Yes.
But that's a question I forgot to ask earlier, so I'm still going to ask.
No problem.
Do you remember the exact point where you got into the life? Like, what was your first?
Oh, my first. Thing? Okay, I'll say my first act.
Yeah, that end up like.
Where my first act was, I was in Form 5, Mikud Secondary. A friend of myself and my friend Mikael.
Mm-hmm.
We end up.
And he had a name, Mikael.
Yes. But his nickname was Blux. Okay. But yeah, we broke a guy's leg. And then, yes, his mom took us to court. And yeah, that's where it started.
Kind of snowball into...
Yes, my principal did not allow me to graduate that year because of that. Yeah, but I still wrote my CXCs, but no graduation.
Graduate?
Yes, and then we went court. And yeah, we went mediation. There is something called wajma. We pay him off, and we just finish with that.
Okay.
Like that, yeah.
All right. We spoke earlier briefly about when you gave your life to Christ.
Yes.
Let's talk about the exact moment that your life changed. What was the catalyst for that change? What sparked that change for you? Why did you just suddenly decide? Because it seems a bit sudden to me. But why did you suddenly decide to finish with that and give your life to Christ?
There was a friend of mine. Before we used to, every Saturday we used to go by coastline, drink, not just by coastline, but also in the town of Beaufort, drink, and check girls. Because before us, good looking young men, yeah. So, and then after years, I came across him on Facebook and I messaged him. And the way you are speaking, I find that you are speaking different. So I tell him, like, what happened? Why he sounding so? And he told me he gave his life to Jesus Christ. And I said, that's interesting. Because I wanted a way out because things, you see, Beaufort.
He wanted a way out. Again, there's always an exit. You have to reduce the complications. Our lives are built around complications. We complicate ourselves. We are our worst enemies. We destroy ourselves and blame others. All of us, in some way, shape, or form. All of us. Acknowledge it, own it, fix it.
Everything had just started falling apart for me in Beaufort. So I left Beaufort and I came up north and I wanted a way out.
How were they falling apart?
All my friends was dying and money was not making and everything was just going wrong, man. Everything. Police was just harassing me, harassing us, Everything was just going wrong, brother. Wrong. And then
Again, when you live in the hood, when you live in the ghetto, when you live in the trailer park, there's a circle around it, okay? Your neighborhood has a boundary. Most gang members know that their neighborhoods have boundaries. Bloods over here, Crips over here, Vice Lords over here, right? Wrong or right? You never merge with one another. Guess what? Guess what, my friends? Guess what, subscribers? The police know that too. The police's boss knows that too. They report to the government. They know that too. Areas of the ghetto have walls around them for a reason. Because you are rats in a cage. This man is talking about how to escape that cage. Pay attention, folks.
Message! I was tired of that, so I just left Beaufort. But just before I left, a close friend I said, that's interesting. Because I wanted a way out because things, you see, Beaufort, everything had just started falling apart for me in Beaufort. So I left Beaufort and I came up north and I wanted a way out.
How were they falling apart?
All my friends was dying and money was not making and everything was just going wrong, man. Everything.
Oh, the police always fucking with me. The police always fucking with me. Motherfucker, do you live in one of those regions of high crime? Do you live in the ghetto, the trailer park, the hood? They know that's where the crime is.
Everything. Police was just harassing me, harassing us, Everything was just going wrong, brother. Wrong. And then I was tired of that, so I just left Beaufort.
Dallas.
But just before I left, a close friend of mine
Dallas
died.
live in the gated hood.
Wow. I couldn't take again, a guy named Fat Boy. And I said, you see that? I'll just leave Beaufort. When I left, yes, and I spoke to him. I said, wow, I tell him I said to myself, like, you see, I want to be like that, And then he told me he will send his pastor number for me so I can talk to him. Because, when you're going for a lot of these things, you just want prayers, you just want all help you can get,
Yeah.
But before he sent the number, but I did not check the pastor. Then I got with another pastor from America that was messaging me on Facebook, and he was telling me, start reading the Bible. And I tell him, I just read Psalms and this kind of thing. He said, no, actually read the Bible for
read the Bible.
Know what it entails. And, so I tell him where to start. He tell me start with the book of Luke. If I read one chapter a day, within a month, I will have read the entire book of Luke, which is 28 chapters. And a month I have 41 days. So I did. When I finish, I check him. He tell me, do it with the book of John, because there are 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And and He made me read the entire
The
four
Adventures
Gospels, and
of the Disciples.
after I read that, I say, yes, now I'm ready. I go and check the next pastor. My previous friend gave me the number, and we used to talk for hours on the phone.
You and the friend or you and the pastor?
Me and the pastor.
Okay.
And then I realized, yeah, I want to do it. I need it.
Wow.
I want to change.
It felt like a calling to you.
It felt like a calling.
Yeah. Was it immediate or was it a messy situation where?
No, we've been talking, and then.
No, even like I'm talking about like the life, because you can just I don't know how it is. So I don't know if it was a case where you just finished with that, or was it a thing where, like, you know, you had to plead, you had to, you know,
plead. No, man. I just give my life to, and I leave everything in the hands of the Lord. So everybody saw I got baptized on. It was all over because there was a recording of it, and it was all over. Everybody know I changed, and you know, certain fellas will still talk shit. He baptized, and not that will save him, and this and that. And I didn't care. I never went and looked for people and tell them, well, I changed my.
And see, I won't say that, right? Again, I said I have bias. And I said that I don't have faith in other humans' ability to change. I will watch you for the long term. I will watch you for the long term. Because all too often, and we're going to talk about this in an episode next week, but all too often we wear masks. And we use the Christianity and Judaism and Buddhism and any other religion as a mask, as a part of our play, as a part to manipulate others. So I will watch you. Like I said at the beginning of this interview, I haven't followed up on his current path in life. A lot of times people are in social media. So a lot of times people have their Instagrams. A lot of times people are in the media, in the news. Maybe he started a program to help youth that were like him, that are like him. Maybe there are other avenues that he's gone to spread the word, to share and outreach, to change others around him, right? Like the naysayers that said, I ain't going to change. Maybe he's going to prove to himself and to others that he will remain steadfast in this journey, right? So I'm not saying that people can't change. I'm saying that I don't have faith in you, the individual, until I see that you are doing what you say you are going to do, and you stand on your square as an evolved human being. And again, that's not after the 70 times you fucked me over. It's a fool me once, fool me twice situation with C.I.P. Fool me once, fool me twice. And that's all we get as an experience as humans together. I cut you off, right? There's no forgiveness beyond that. So you take your path, your 70 times of getting fucked over by individuals, beating you down your entire life because you want to remain steadfast. Some bullshit, when in fact you should declare war and love yourself first. All right. Enough soapbox, let's go.
My life, sorry for what I've done to you all. Although that wouldn't be a bad thing, but then these people don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
The time will come when I will come and do that. I will apologize to certain people, and but you will know when the time is right. Because a lot of people do not want to hear sorry and this kind of thing, But in the book of Psalms, I think it's chapters 100, and I can't remember the exact verse, where the Lord told David to sit at his right hand, and his enemies will become his footstool. So, I just leave everything in the hands of the Lord,
I know there are people for sure who don't believe that you've changed. If it were the other way around, if you were still in the life and somebody had changed, somebody, let's say another boss was baptized or whatever.
Yeah, man.
Not believe, not just believe. If, let's say, the person came to you past friends, not you now.
I know.
Would you want to hear that though?
Yes.
After you've lost people by that person.
Well, a past friend, maybe no, because remember, I'm not a Christian at the time. So maybe I not want to hear that. That's why I know they would not want to hear it, because I was in their situation.
What would you do though?
Well, it depends on what the person did to me.
Would you want to try to get them back?
Okay, to be honest, when I was a gangster, you wouldn't kill my mother and come and tell me you changed.
Nah, man, for sure. Not even
sure.
as a man that's not a gangster.
You check. So yeah, but thank God I never kill nobody mother, I never kill nobody child to say like baby and things like that, where because there are things people that's unforgivable for certain people. For example, like
their lines.
For example, yes, okay, you kill somebody's child, but then the child was a bad boy to killing people. So then they will hate you, but then people can understand that bad boys killing bad boys. But then if you kill somebody, grandmother or like, we'll forgive you for that.
Yeah.
But praise God, when all this madness was going on, I had already left you for it.
Right.
Yeah. Praise God for true.
When all this people even harming the innocent.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you still now battle with certain instincts that you had in the past?
Yeah.
Like certain impulses, like
Yes. I don't sleep at any little thing waking me up.
Yeah.
I'll not sleep with my window open. Like, certain things. Yeah, man. Always. Yeah.
Do you think
it just come natural?
Yeah. At this point,
At this point. So not to say like it's my mind on it. It's just a natural. I have lived for so long. It just come natural.
Right.
About how long were you in that life? Were you living so?
Okay, from like I tell you, the first time when I broke the guy leg, I was 17. That was 2011. Up until 2023, up until I get baptized. So like 12 years.
12 years, yeah.
And that's how long I had my locks. Also, 12 years.
12 years.
Yes.
You think? Let me ask you a question.
Well, almost 12. If I still had it, would have been 12. 11 and maybe 10 months. 11, 8 months around that. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. I know there are certain things that people say, and they say that your hair holds your trauma. So that's why you see, and I'm not trying to stereotype or anything, but that's why you see when women go through things, first thing they do is
cut in the hair.
And I had the hair too.
Oh, you had hair too?
Yeah, man, I had long hair. Yeah, man.
Yes.
And I lost a friend during that time.
And you cut
like
it?
when I was cutting my hair, for some reason I was getting emotional, and he was the first person that popped in my mind while I was cutting my hair. So I just wanted to know if when you were cutting your locks, if you had some sort of attachment or some sort of emotional thing when you were cutting it, or was it just a thing that happened? And
no, at the time I was doing it, no.
Yeah, okay.
I wasn't, because as a matter of fact, I was happy to do it that same day. Afterwards, different days you'll remember and you'll say, Mama, you think I did the right decision? Very long and very nice, beautiful.
Yeah.
And that had me looking different.
Your locks were almost same height as you.
Yeah, very long. Yeah. And then people used to, just the fact I had the locks and I used to look different and unique. But now, but it is what it is. I did it for God and, for religion. So
yeah. Okay. Why choose, let's switch gears a little bit. Why choose business? Like moving from the life, why choose owning a business as opposed to
working for somebody? Yeah, see my face. All these tattoos on my face, and people know my background, and
right. So it's almost like you don't have a choice.
It's almost like I don't have a choice. Although there are still people, just because of different links, and that would hire me. Because there's a lot of people that just want to be my friend because of what they know, friends, and
yeah.
But my whole life, I never worked for nobody. Is the only time I worked for people. Like I was working for my father when I was young in the jewelry shop. But my whole life I never worked for nobody. I was a leader, so I always want to be a boss. And
Okay.
So and to be honest, what job really can I work in St. Lucia for them to pay me a good salary to say?
Something not making sense.
Something not making sense. I might as well have.
It's time to learn about technology. I'll help you out, bro. We're about to teach the kids some shit. We're gonna start a STEM school.
Stay in the ghetto. But I'm not saying if I don't have a choice, I'm very humble, and God love humble people. If I really do not have a choice, I can work for somebody.
See?
But I have
it'll be temporary though.
But I had a choice and I opened a business, so
makes sense though.
Yeah, man.
Let's segue a little bit, Let's change topic for a short while.
Yes.
I want to talk about the tattoos.
Oh yes.
What do all these tattoos mean? Because you have tattoos on your face,
Everywhere.
all on your arms. I see you have a bleach, not bleacher, Naruto.
Lord Pin.
Yeah,
Yes.
Pin. Yeah,
The
so you
character
into
Naruto.
anime.
Yes.
What do all these tattoos
Okay,
mean?
some of them have meaning. Some of them is just because I just like it. I just like to see it.
Okay.
And I just put it, you know. You see Selassie I did, I was a great man, a black man again, you know.
Yeah.
And the Rastafarian movement, there are certain things about them I like, you know.
Yeah.
I like their hair because, you know, I love my locks.
Right.
The way they live in their life, you know, peaceful and nature-like, you know. And I love Selassie what he had stands for, you know, what he stood for. And, well, that's the great shepherd.
Yeah.
That's my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, you know. That's the person I want to be like. That's God in human flesh, in human form. Yeah, and most of them, you know, vine stands for long life, you know.
Okay.
Yes, that's a lucky charm.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
What's the one on the side of your eye?
Oh, tribal. That is just a little tribal thing, you know, nothing much.
Did you tattoo your eyebrows also?
Yes,
That's crazy, man.
Let me tell you this story between like every Saturday I used to go and, you know, and shape it up because I have very bushy eyebrows.
Okay.
I say, you see that, yes, I tired of that every Saturday. And then war was hot, so I couldn't go in the barbershop every Saturday. That's a routine.
What?
You cannot afford to have a routine when you're in war. So I say, you see that?
Man, gentlemen, get the little men's grooming set. It's usually cheap. A little black plastic set. You open it up. It's got little tweezers, little scissors in it. It's got a nail clipper and it's got a toenail clipper. You can get the very, very, very basic set cheap with the little pair of scissors. That's all you need. You comb your little eyebrows up. You trim them shits. That's it. Gentlemen, they make gentlemen's kits for this. Cuticle trimmers. Bro, you can keep yourself looking good. Spend the time. Amazon got the things cheap. Get the grooming thing, for your grooming clippers for your face, for your armpits, for your fucking bush. Clean yourself up, gents. Clean yourself up. We're going to talk about that too in the future. We're going to stay on that path, gentlemen. Be better, gentlemen. Clean yourselves up. You can afford a little bit of something to improve yourself. It's about loving yourself. It's about loving yourself.
Message.
You out here trying to fuck with the females, you don't even care about yourself. The fuck you expect a woman to do for you?
Let's go and check my tattoo artist because he's very good. And I just make him draw draw that for me. And
that's crazy.
Yeah,
man.
every other day when I shave in my face, I just passing it on my eyebrow one time so the hair not growing.
That's it. That's it. Now he learned. All that time he spent and somebody else do this for me. You're not a baby. Now when I pass the thing across my face, I trim my eyebrows. That's it, man. The man just said it. It's simple, gentlemen. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. You only have your own body. What are you doing? It starts with us, men. It starts with us.
Because he's very good. And I just make him draw draw that for me. And
that's crazy.
I just passing it on my eyebrow one time so the hair not growing. But I have all on my back all over.
Okay.
Yeah. But some of them
would you put more?
No, I cannot.
You can't. Okay.
Because
would you move them?
Now that's the thing. I wanted to travel to remove those on my face alone.
Okay.
Because when I dress, imagine when I go to church, only the tattoos on my face you see.
Yeah.
Because when I have long sleeve, long pants.
Yeah, I remember.
Look now, you not see no tattoos. And if I take off my pants, you'll see a lot of tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to take out those on my face. Maybe when I travel.
Okay.
Just those on my face. Maybe not the eyebrows. Yeah, but the rest.
Yeah, because if you move the eyebrows, I don't think hair will grow back. Huh?
It will grow back, but then I still have to go back and shape it up. I don't like the bushy, the way it's bushy. I don't like it.
Can you? I don't know how it works, but can you travel?
Okay, now yes, I can. Now the reason why I've been stuck in St. Lucia for the past 7 years, is that I had a high court case, and the law had my passport, so I could not travel.
Okay.
The case got dismissed recently, so now I have my passport. I can travel.
Congratulations,
as I opened the business there, I have not traveled. But if I did not open it, I then fly already and take a trip and maybe come back, you know?
Okay.
But, yeah, and as soon as I cut the locks, that case dismissed, and my pastor told me that.
Monsieur?
Yeah, man, my pastor look at me in my eye and tell me, if you want that case to dismiss, just cut the locks and you will see a miracle happen. Yeah, and hair carrying energy.
Yeah, I
did a lot of crime.
Carrying the trauma.
Yes, I did a lot of crime with that on my head. So, like my pastor say, you're a new man, you're not the same friends. Change what you can change. You cannot change your tattoos, leave it. But you can cut off the hair, take it out. And yes, people saying your hair have nothing to do, it's just your heart. It's true. But then in the book of Corinthians, 1 Corinthians chapters 11 and verses 14, the Apostle Paul says, doth not nature itself teaches you that if a man has long hair, it is a shame unto him. And if a woman has long hair, it is her glory. In other words, long hair is for women. Short hair is for men.
Okay,
you understand? When you have long hair, you look feminine, especially me. Because
again, a book written by humans based on their feelings around a prophet. That's it. Human feelings. I need, you call me a prophet for my feelings and opinions. What are we doing?
At that time, I was not gymming, so I was not
excuse me.
Under hair.
So you're already looking a little bit pretty.
Right. So everybody saying you look like your mother. When I used to pass, people saying, man, not a woman. They used to think like I was a tomboy.
Yeah, no lie. I thought you were a tomboy.
Exactly, I'm telling you.
Because you were a bit chubby too, eh?
Right, I was chubby at that time. So, and then, the long hair. But now I'm more masculine, I cut the hair, and now I build muscle. Right. Because let me tell you, certain foods we eat does boost our estrogen.
Yes.
And certain foods we eat does boost our testosterone. Now, I was just eating a lot of junks and sugar, so that was boosting my estrogen. So I had the round girl face, the more, more fat. So, but now there's more,
muscle and stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
nice.
yeah, man.
Let's get back to what we were talking about. We were talking about business and stuff. So yeah, you have your own business. You want to talk about your business a little bit?
Yeah, we can talk about it.
What do you do? What's the name? What's the business about?
F&J Pawn and Quick Loan Enterprise. Yes, so what it is, it's like a pawn shop. I think that's the first one in St. Lucia. St. Lucia needed something like that,
Yeah, for sure.
For sure, yes, because there are a lot of people that want small loans, they need quick cash, but then to go and face the bank is too much tralala, like job letter and all this and that,
Sometimes you still get it.
Sometimes you still don't get it. But with me, you can get it now for now, any amount you want. It's just that you must just...
And what we'll do is we're going to round this out based, at the end of this piece about his business, and we're going to end it there. But this is very interesting that he saw a segment on the island that needed to be filled to service the public, right? Now, I think that he should have been somewhat more motivational, and maybe he does that in his spare time, like I said before, to help the youth keep their minds right. And very similar to the gentleman at the beginning of this episode, the gentleman that went through the bad romance, needed someone to talk to at that moment in time. That very moment, he was going through his own stress, he was going through his own mental machinations, his own crash out, and he is a man. He is a man. So he is going to have strength, energy, and anger behind that disappointment, right? So we need other men who are level-headed, alphas, leaders that can take in that energy and listen and be there for these young brothers. So it makes me these young kings, right? These men that are growing and evolving and need that, right? So it would be nice to see individuals of his caliber that are coming out of this, seeking that redemption, pouring back. Now, again, it all depends on, what territories you're walking into, because it can still be hostile, because those individuals are still poisoned by the bad mind. Anyway, that being said, salute to him on the business. Absolutely, salute to him.
Bring something valuable to live with me, to ensure that you come back and pay me with a small interest, of course. So,
yes.
For example, you have a chain. Your chain worth $2,000. You do not want to sell it, but today you're in a jam. You need monies. Maybe you're getting paid next week or next fortnight you're getting paid, but you need that money today to do something very important.
Right.
And you're saying, boy, where I can get that, but I don't want to sell my chain. Oh, yes. Friends has a pawn shop. F&J. You go there, you give me the chain. I lend you the monies. But I lend you less than what your chain offer to make sure you come back for it.
Yeah.
Right. So now when you come back and pay me and give a little interest, look your chain back. Everybody happy at the end of the day.
What about
I come
stuff?
like a savior.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and the main thing is if he's living by his word as being a Christian and he's doing the pawn shop thing, he's not being predatory about it, right? He has an exchange. He has to make money. He has an exchange, a fair interest rate. But he's not being predatory about it, right?
What about stuff?
Just now. Yeah. And I also buy gold. So if you do not want to pawn it and you just want to get rid of it, I buy it.
Okay.
And yeah, we sell it back.
You do gold testing?
We do gold testing, $10 to test. We test diamond also, the same price.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and we also sell things because certain stuff people will not come back for. We have to put it first.
No, that's what I was coming to say. What about, like, let's say I just want to get rid of something that's used. So let's say I have a sneaker there, that kind of thing. Would you all sell that?
Now, okay. Now we don't. Speaking of which, we have sneakers they're selling currently, but that's new sneakers. Mm-hmm. We got it on a good deal, so we're selling it. But the used things we will have selling is more things like gold or electronics or vehicle. But you're not going to pawn a used shoe.
Yeah. I just want to know how far you go because
we do gold.
Because let's say
used clothing items are more for goodwill, right?
Let's say I have a perfume. That's not something I put in on me per se.
Yeah.
But like let's say I do like the perfume, I spray it 3-4 times and I think.
Okay, let me just tell you. Gold, electronics, vehicles, and property.
Okay.
Yes, so just that. So you might get me selling a laptop or a TV or a phone, or jewelry,
right?
Or maybe a motorcycle or a vehicle, if persons do not come back for it,
okay.
Or even a house or land,
All right. Okay, but yeah, I just wanted to give your business a advertisement.
Thanks for that.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to end it on that as the interview pretty much rounds out. But we covered the majority of the topic of redemption and this path that this man experienced and the journey that he took, right? So from bad romance to redemption. That was the topic of Soca Sunday. What do you guys think? Thank you for being here today. Kimberly caused chaos across the Caribbean, and our boy France has learned. He's learning, he's evolving. He is on the path of redemption, well on the way on the path of redemption. And shout out to him, salute to him, and I wish him the best. I wish him the best of success on his path. All right, y'all. That's it for Soca Sunday. That is it. That's what I've got for you. I think it was a good one today, right? 2.5 hours we hung out together. I think about that. Something around there. 2 hours, 25 minutes. 2 hours, 25 minutes. In the meantime, everybody, your boy C.I.P. is getting ready for Miami Carnival. Oh no. Poor Kimberly. So we are heading to Miami Carnival. Miami Carnival, the 10th and 11th of October. Miami, Florida. If you're interested, find your own way there. All right? Find your own way there. Your boy CIP will be there. I'll be moving around, moving about the city. I got a few events planned. Maybe something on the evening of the 10th. And then, of course, you'll see me on the fairgrounds moving about on the 11th. That's when the main parade takes place. So I'll be looking out. I'll be scouting for other content creators. I'll be scouting out for a bunch of them. A lot of the content creators, I think I've heard a good handful of them are going to be there based on what I'm seeing on their social medias as well. So some of the names that you'll see in the montages at the beginning of the shows. So like and subscribe over here. Like and subscribe over on the Culture in Paradise Cruise with Culture channel. All right. Both those channels will have the broadcasts, and we'll constantly be streaming the Soca Sundays over there on both channels. And of course, Cat and Pancho. Like and subscribe over on Cat and Pancho for the video games. Even if you don't like video games, just subscribe. Just subscribe to the channel so it keeps me in the algorithm, so I get my numbers up over there. I appreciate that, right? It's free. Subscriptions are free. They cost you nothing. Likes cost you nothing. They're free as well. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button. It doesn't matter either way. The conflict and the discourse all creates good vibes around my channel. So I do appreciate that. He says, so let's see what y'all talking about here. He says, F Miami. We'll see if you show or don't show, Mr. JP. See what you think about Miami when you're down there. Yes, it's the positive vibes. The more positive vibes are over on the Culture in Paradise, the Cruise with Culture channel. I try to keep away from the social commentary, all that stuff from that channel. I try to isolate it from all that. So I keep the social commentary over here. When I'm not doing the Soca Sundays, you'll see me popping up doing social commentary shows, tech shows, reacts, a little bit of reacts here or there. Interrelational, and then of course the eugenics side of things and the way that my perspective is on the way that the Black community needs reform. So Black American Western community, the other side of my life, right? 1 foot in, 1 foot out, the United States, lost son of the island, tether, half-breed, whatever you want to call me, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy C.I.P, aka Etienne. Thank you so much for being here, Soca Sunday. Again, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. All right? I'm going to send you out on some old school soca. Have a great day, everybody. Touch grass as much as you can. I think we had some good weather, but as is the trend here in central Ohio, it's starting to get a little gloomy. So I think maybe the heat and the sun stirred up some rain. So I might get out on my bicycle here in a little bit, get some exercise in. Yeah, get your exercise in, get your cardio in. Do some reps, gents. Get rid of that gentleman's dad bod you got going on there, leaking out over top of your jeans. All right, everybody. Peace. Peace to each one of you. One love, y'all. One love, one love, one love.
Wine can rush, wine can rush, wine can rush, wine for we. And only time that can rush wine is only next way moving.
She was looking at me, so I start to chat. She